So, I'm sure many of us agree that this year didn't go the way it was planned. At all. I don't remember how many times I started by saying, "This is my year, I'm gonna lock in." But here we are. It's been months since I last made a YouTube video. Mostly, maybe it hasn't been a priority. Apparently. I'm constantly trying to create new things, and believe me, many times I've kept making lots of different projects, but for some reason, I just don't document it. Clearly, the majority of this year, I didn't stay consistent the way I promised myself. And some things I really wanted just didn't work out. Somehow I keep thinking about how this trip I went a few months ago would have been so cool to shoot. Or this commission I made could have been a lovely post. Does it change the fact that I didn't stick to the program? No. But you know what? It's just the way it is. I could keep thinking and complaining about the things I didn't do, like selling more original art, or a collective exhibition where I could meet new artists, or even making a new art friend to go to cafes and doodle with. And obviously making more YouTube videos and having a constant online presence. But none of that happened. And yes, for a while, it felt like failure. We're taught to measure a year by outcomes. What we accomplished, what we finished, what boxes we checked. So when those things don't happen, it's easy to label the whole year as a loss. Truth is, life doesn't work in straight lines, and growth doesn't always show up as visible success. A year can be full without being productive in the traditional sense. You might not have reached the goal, but you learned why it was hard.
I tried to live without you. Just can't get you off my mind.
You learned about what drains you, what excites you, what you're willing to fight for, and what you're okay letting go of.
Live without you. Just can't get you off.
That kind of clarity doesn't come from winning. It comes from trying and stumbling.
And I never knew missing you.
I guess trying my first set of washes for the first time here is the perfect example. This has been a technique that for the longest time I've been keeping an eye on and admiring from afar because, well, it's quite intimidating.
Put the lock on the door.
But since this year has been artistically slow, I decided to go for it.
All the windows. Put a lock on.
I'm not really sure if what I'm doing here is technically accurate, but at the end of the day, we can find freedom in making art. This wasn't initially on my list this year, but since I couldn't fulfill the stuff I mentioned before, I thought I had a minute to jump into something else. Quiet shifts don't announce themselves, but they might suddenly appear in what you don't say anymore, or in the way something that used to upset you won't have the same effect today. No photos, no big reveal, Just a subtle turn of the wheel while you're still moving. Not achieving your goals can also mean you were busy surviving or healing. Those things that don't look impressive on paper, but are incredibly important for the soul. So, if you're not the exact same person you were at the start of the year, maybe the year wasn't wasted. Even though I didn't hit all my targets, I learned things I wouldn't have learned otherwise. I learned what is important to me. I learned that I don't have to explain myself if I don't want to. I learned what doesn't deserve my energy and when I need rest. I learned that motivation isn't always there, and that's okay. Not achieving your goals doesn't necessarily mean you're behind. It doesn't mean you're lazy, and it definitely doesn't mean you're done. And maybe a year's plan isn't just about winning. It's about becoming, about figuring things out, and setting the foundation for something better. So, if this year didn't turn out the way you planned, believe me, you're not alone. And you're definitely not a failure. And maybe 12 months weren't the finish line. Maybe they were just the setup. One thing for sure, there's not really a specific answer to cure this issue. Sometimes you're feeling it, and sometimes you're not. Bottom line is, if I'm a different person than I was a year ago, then I'm definitely going somewhere. So, to all my friends who are watching right now, here's a little toast for you. May you have fun with your ideas again and make things badly and freely and without overthinking. May you find joy in the process again and be kinder to yourself on the days nothing clicks. And may this year remind you why you started creating in the first place.